Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of General Geekery. Brian, and with me, as always, is JD.
Oh,
Well, this is probably the precursor to our next episode, which we will both be reviewing the uh, G.I. Joe Classified Cobra Stinger because mine says that it's out for delivery any minute.
mine too. So
I'm sure that Izzy will let us know the minute that it's delivered if we're recording it during the show. So if at any time Izzy lets me know that it's here, I'm gonna go get it.
um and in the meantime, we have toys to open. I've got two toys to open. Brian's got toys to open.
And I was it's we didn't podcast during the event, but AMC Theaters was running AMC or Cinemark was running a thing last week where it was the 40th anniversary of a bunch of movies. Um, so they re-released them in the theater. They did Gremlins, Terminator, Ghostbusters, Last Starfighter, and one other one, and I forgot what it was. And Emily and I went to Terminator and Ghostbusters in the theater, and the tickets were $5 uh, for the 40th anniversary. So
That is quite a bargain. I was unaware any of that was going on.
Emily stumbled across it at random. She's like, "Hey, look, there's a bunch of 40th anniversary movies. They're releasing one each day, so you can only go one to one. Only one movie was one day, so it's we figured out what days that I had off from work and went to the movies. I would have liked to have gone to Last Starfighter as well, and Emily kind of wanted to go to see Gremlins, but I think I was working both of those days.
I would have gone to see Terminator if I think there's an AMC theater here. We do not have whatever that other
The
theater chain you mentioned was. Um, I would have gone to see Terminator, but I would not have gone to see The Last Starfighter.
Yeah, I that was one of those ones that was on HBO when I was a kid, so I've seen it a million times, but I haven't seen it since. So I would have liked to have seen it.
I
My mom
I
and I
didn't.
see it in the theater, so that would have been another reason.
I think that's one of those that I don't think I saw it till I was an adult, so I had zero appreciation for it,
Yeah,
and I really didn't like the look of the masks in that movie.
eh,
So,
fair enough. Uh, we talked about it after my wife and I talked about it afterwards, and we both agreed that Terminator held up really well for a 40-year-old movie. Obviously, the special effects aren't top notch like they were in the Terminator movies since then, but I had forgotten that Stan Winston had done the special effects for Terminator, and
well,
his stuff was just, I mean, Stan Winston's page is one of the first pages I followed on Facebook when I got on there as a customizer. His special effects, I mean, it's the I think the movie held up really well for 40
well,
years.
the the writing, the plot, the creep factor, those are timeless.
Yeah.
That Terminator, when Kyle Reese says it'll never stop and it will eventually get whatever the goal is, and if we take this one out, they'll send more. I feel like I feel like if I'd seen that in a theater, I feel like that would just give you the willies, just make you slightly paranoid driving.
Yeah.
Um,
I
but
did not see that in the theater when it came out. I was, I think I figured out that I was about 11. So that was still at the time when Arnold Schwarzenegger was doing all R-rated stuff. So I didn't see a lot of his stuff when it came out in the theater. My dad let me see it, when those movies when they came on HBO when I was a kid. But did not go see Terminator in the theater, so that was my first time seeing it in the theater as well, and I'm glad I went. It was awesome to see Terminator in the theater. I did see Ghostbusters in the theater. I remember going to that with both of my folks. And that's another one that I think held up fantastic. Uh, Ghostbusters is timeless. It's just pure entertainment.
It's endlessly quotable. Um,
It is, yeah. And
Boys, let's show this medieval bitch how we do things downtown. I love that line.
and
And when
people,
they're imagining something and Ray's like, oh, sorry guys, I couldn't. They're like, what did you do, Ray? And then they see the marshmallow man. I'm like,
well,
I,
there's something you don't see every day.
I
Yeah, and people
there's
cheering and
there's times in real life where I use the quote, what did you do, Ray? Because it fits. That's when you know somebody is they've done something dumb and they're afraid to say it.
yep. Yeah, no, the people were cheering and clapping at specific lines in the movies, and it was, I mean, the theater was almost sold out for both movies, so we were really impressed with how many people showed up because it was just
That
one
is that is cool.
for one night. So, um, yeah, it's if you guys got to go see those movies in the theater, there, it was definitely worth it. And $5 a ticket, we end up spending 30 or $40 on snacks and shit, but I'm hoping that the theater chain saw how well that these did because like I said, the theater was pretty much sold out both nights. Um and that they do it again because there's any number of movies that I would go see um again in the theater. Emily and I a couple years ago went to like Alamo Roadhouse is a chain, and they serve dinner at these movies, but we went to go see the re-release of Conan, the original Conan movie, which I'm a huge fan of. So that was, and I did not see that one in the theater either, because again, that was when Schwarzenegger was making specifically just R-rated movies. So, as a kid growing up, then I didn't get to see a lot of those in the theater. Um, but yeah, it was fantastic to see those in the theater.
Uh it's just it's a little unsettling that that many movies are now 40 years old. But then you do the math on some of the stuff that you remember seeing, ads for, like when you were a teenager, and then you're like, oh shit, that was that long. That was, you know what, that was also a long time ago.
And it's I'd say the ads because that was one of the one thing that I think that they should have done to make this perfect was instead of showing previews for movies that are coming up, they should have shown previews for movies that were that were going to come out that year. I think that would have made it perfect, or just even the movies that they were going to show that week. So, like the previews for Gremlins and Last Starfighter and Terminator and Ghostbusters. I think if they'd have done that, it would have been perfect. I understand that that's, they're running a business and they got to sell movies to, and it was just a bunch of previews for movies that I didn't want to see, except the new Captain America movie. And I think they showed the preview for Deadpool. We went to go see Deadpool again, so we Emily wanted to go see it again in the theater because she's like, there is so much that I missed that I did not catch, and so she read something online to like watch for these specific Easter eggs. So we went to go see. Hi, sweetie. We went to go see like three movies in one week, and I think that was a first for us. So we went to see Deadpool the second time, and then Ghostbusters or Terminator, and then Ghostbusters.
I remember when I was younger, I used to go see a lot of movies at the theater. Now, I can't imagine. I can't imagine going to see movies that often. But there is a part of me that wishes that I could, or there's a part of me that wishes there was enough happening at the theater that I wanted to go more often.
And
But
that was the thing that we had talked about is Emily keeps track of we get our she gets the tickets through Fandango, I think, on through the app on on her phone.
yeah,
So it keeps track of all the movies that we've gone to. And it looked uh she said I think the last movie we went to was over a year ago. So yeah, I really wish that there were more. Yeah, this
there's
be a super lackluster summer for movies for some reason. I mean, summer is usually like the blockbuster, the time to go see movies, but I think Deadpool was the only movie that we went to new movie that we went to. They had like
theater movies for me in the last couple of years come down to movies I take my son to,
yeah,
movies I take my firstborn to, or movies that I go see myself. There's very little that all three of us. I mean, I'd be happy to take both of them to whatever movies, but
but
very
there
rarely are there movies that they both actually want to see.
yeah,
Um, and usually, if it's a movie that I really want to see, they're not usually interested. But uh, I don't think, yeah, because I took my son to see Godzilla versus Kong
I figured that.
and
And then
the Planet of the Apes.
the Apes movie. Yeah, I remember you
Yeah,
said you guys were
and
going to.
then you know, the last movie I saw besides no, I saw Twisters, and then a week later I went to see Deadpool. And I don't think I'm going back to the theater again until October because both of the kids want to go see Venom.
Ah,
Um, and I can't keep up with movies like I used to because there was a time when I would pay attention to everything that was coming out, and so I would make a list of the movies that I wanted to go see. But I don't, I don't know. I think part of the problem with the tentpole movies in the summer blockbusters is I think that used to be because at the beginning of the year, January through March, that was that was when they would release movies that they knew didn't have a big audience and weren't going to make a ton of money. And then there'd be the Christmas releases, and then there would be fall releases that they knew weren't going to get a lot of attention if they released it in the summer. But the summer is when schools were out and everybody would go to the movies. Well, now if you miss a movie in the theater, wait a month. You can stream it
yeah,
on
exactly.
or 2 months. Twisters is on. You can watch it streaming.
Yeah, it's on already. I think I saw.
Yeah. Um, that Borderlands movie with
That was just absolutely horrible. I heard it was like the worst movie ever.
I've heard nothing good. I still want to see it, but yeah, it bombed the first weekend it was out, and it will be streaming next week.
Yeah,
So
I heard it was like the fans of Borderland hated it. People that have don't know the premise hated it. I heard it was just horrible.
I
I mean, to the
don't
point
know the game,
of a
but
joke, like memes on the internet, horrible.
yeah, I it's definitely a movie that I'm going to be watching without any context.
Yeah,
But I like the trailer in that, insofar as they're very clearly going for a Guardians of the Galaxy vibe. Um, but apparently as I understand it, that is what they were hoping for. That is not what they delivered. Um, and I saw a meme the other day that said the word fuck has now been used in the Marvel Cinematic Universe 189 times. It
yeah,
was once in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and 188 times in Deadpool. And I I feel like the Borderlands movie, I feel like it's going to be a foul mouth, like R-rated for language, um, because it's Guardians of the Galaxy, but with the F bomb a lot. I don't know, but that is definitely what it looked like from the trailer. That is definitely what I'm expecting when I actually watch it when it's streaming. Um, I know it's going to be awful. I want to see it anyways because I'm pretty sure it's going to be awful.
You'll have to let me know what you think of it because I'm curious. I don't I'm not curious enough to spend the money on it even streaming, but yeah, I'm curious to see what a disaster.
I mean, most movies I go see, if I really, really dislike them, I will say I really, really dislike a movie. It isn't very often that I just outright hate a movie. So, and there are movies that I know are terrible, but I like them anyways.
Sure,
So
absolutely.
I think this might be one of those. But I don't. I'm really impressed with the cast they got for the movie. But
I get some big names in that.
yeah, and I have a feeling those people probably signed on because the script was good. I have a feeling the studio, the stuff shirts that run the studio, I have a feeling there was an interference problem with them, and so they wound up producing a different movie than those people signed in to play. Um, because the stuff shirts,
The matter.
they're the ones that wreck a lot of movies because they get all they worry about box office reception.
Yeah,
They they like to put the creative reins around the people making the movie and restrict what they do. But sometimes
that
I
just
just wish
it's never
they'd shut up and let people make the movies they're going to make because they might not make better movies, but they might make movies that,
are more enjoyable.
yeah, or yeah, play better to the audience because, but yeah, sometimes you can tell when a movie's been edited to shit or plot lines have been taken out or whatever. And I think that's on, but yeah, I will let you know because Borderlands will be out next week. So I'll let you know what I think.
All right. Some of the toys I had planned on opening, I couldn't wait. So I opened one, two right away. I've got a whole pack of stuff here though that I did save. But the first thing that I had to open the Spin
Ooh,
Master. Yeah, the
ooh, nice.
Spin Master Batwing. It is when you really look at it, it's really soft, really cheap plastic. Um,
Who
not
gives a shit? Look at it. It's
yeah,
the Batwing.
yeah. The landing gear is absolute crap. I mean, it's like one solid piece. There's no roll in the wheels. It
It
folds up.
doesn't move.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's they fold in. So I mean, there is that, but there's no wheels. It's it is the absolute
Well,
worst piece of garbage for
I mean, to be
being
fair, it's a
constant.
budget toy line,
It is.
so
And
it's not a
normally I
collectible.
pass
It's a toy.
yeah, and
Um,
normally I pass on the Spin Master stuff because the sculpts are so soft
but
that
it's the Batwing from the movie.
yeah,
You can't pass on the Batwing from the
no,
movie.
I couldn't. I could
I
they did a fantastic job on the sculpt. Um, the paint apps aren't while they aren't a lot of them. I mean, it's the Batwing. There aren't a lot of
I, I was
paint
gonna
apps.
say, I look at it and I say, he stole my balloon. Why didn't somebody tell me he had one of those
Where does he get
things?
a wonderful toy?
Bob,
Yeah.
gun, bang. Bob the Goon is dead. And then Joker takes out that ridiculous revolver with a barrel this long and shoots the Batwing out of the sky. And it's such a classic, iconic scene. Who cares if the toy is shit? Look, you have a Batwing.
Yeah. No, it's like I said, if you hold on to it from a distance, it's really cool. I'm super glad I got it. They're really hard to find for some reason. They didn't seem to get released in the US. I don't know why. Uh,
That's dumb. That
I
should have been released everywhere because it's iconic.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping that they'll do a an '89 Batmobile to go with it. Um, I don't have my hopes up, but I'm super glad I got this. I got it off like a third party seller from eBay, and then crossed my fingers and hoped and prayed that it would show up. And when it did,
How long did it take before you got it?
a couple weeks. I think it took a week or two to get it. So it came from China. So I was like, if it was, I think I spent like $30 on it. I'm like, if I get
Oh,
dicked on, yeah,
that's not bad.
if I get dicked on, and Amazon will refund me. So I wasn't too worried about it. And if it showed up, then I was going to be ecstatic that I had a fucking '89 Batwing, and here it is, the '89 Batwing.
Exactly.
So right now it's just sitting on the deck of my flag, and it looks really cool sitting on the deck of the flag because
They
it's a smaller sculpt. So I mean, it's smaller than what it's a little out of scale. It's a little smaller than what it should be. So it looks amazing on the
I
flag.
was gonna say, and it's a 1989 Batwing, and that is all you need to know. And yes, they
Yeah.
need to make a Batmobile, and
Yes.
in my opinion, they need to make a Bat ski boat from Batman Returns. But
Yes.
that is far more unlikely than the Batmobile
I
is.
don't know.
So
I could see them making this. I could see them making the rest of the vehicles from the Batman movies, just
I
because there is a lot of people that really wanted this and went after it. And it's like I said, it's super hard to get a hold of one. I'm glad I did, and I just
I'm glad you got a hold of one. That's awesome.
yeah, no, it's fantastic. Um, the box art, I didn't save the box. The box is not bad. There's decent art on there. It says it's from Batman Returns, although the Batwing was in the original Tim Burton Batman movie, the '89 Batman movie. Um, Customizability, there's a lot of room to customize this. The landing gear would be perfect for that. Uh, and I saw somebody update, I think the Flash Flash movie Batwing, where they added LED lights. Um, so that would be an easy customization if you are so able to work with LED lights. That is not a skill that I possess, but
Next time there's a full moon, take that outside, hold it up in front of the full moon. If if you can successfully recreate the silhouette in front of the moon,
it's
then
an
you know
idea.
what? You got a bargain. That's just you have to do that. And I have to see if the silhouette of that vehicle can recreate that shot in the movie. I don't care about anything
I
else.
have Photoshop. I can make it happen.
Oh no, that's not the point. The real moon with the real Batwing
No,
in
I'm
front of
talking about the real. I have decent shots of the moon. So
it. Well,
and
yes, you with your photographic equipment and your photographic eye and talent, and you can take pictures like a National Geographic photographer. So,
uh
um,
so
that Batwing that looks cool. That looks
so
really cool.
the three things that I always talk about are the box, the customizability, and the playability. Playability on this is fantastic. It has an opening cockpit. The Batman figure is pretty much on par with. I would say it's better than the normal Spin Master figures. I would say it's on par with the DC line, that the Mattel, was it Mattel that did the multiverse line a number of years.
Yeah.
I would say it's on par with those figures. The articulation's not too bad. The detail and the sculpt are pretty decent. It's a very good likeness of Michael Keaton's
I was
Batman.
gonna ask, does it look like Michael Keaton?
It
Okay.
does. It does.
Um,
And it fits in the cockpit very well. There's decent tampos in the cockpit.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I
Cool.
mean, playability uh, is definitely there. With the softer plastic, it's not going to break. So that's one of the things that we've talked about on the show is how, yeah, it feels cheap that when they use the softer plastic, but then you're not going to have it's not going to be brittle in 30 years from now. So,
And
um,
if the world is still here 30 years from now, even better.
yeah, that was kind of the caveat to that. Um, so highly recommend this. I mean, it's an 89 Batwing. I mean, what more do you want?
Right. It's an 89 Batwing. That is the reason to buy it.
Yeah.
Because for 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 the people that saw Batman in the theater, Batman Returns in the theater, there are people who prefer other eras of Bat movies, then that's cool. But for me, Batman is I love Tim Burton's vision of Batman. Uh, I wish he'd gotten to make the third movie,
Yeah.
but the vehicles that Batman had, his little gadgets and everything, I've seen those movies so many times that I just I can't. He's forever Batman in my head. Michael Keaton is forever, and that suit and his gizmos. That's just There's been some cool comic Batmans, and there's been some other. I like some of the animated Batmans and stuff, but in my head, when I think of Batman, I go 1989 first, followed immediately in my head by Batman Returns. I do kind of want to see Spin Master do some of the Red Triangle Circus Gang from as action figures from Batman Returns. I think that would be kind of awesome
Yeah.
because their figures are just toyetic enough to really capture the feel. They don't have to be super creepy. That's what paint is for. Um, and I think it'd be awesome if they made Penguin's rubber duck mobile
Yeah.
and the Red Triangle Circus Gang and the Bat Ski Boat. Um, but yeah, it's an '89 Batwing. If you can find it, you should get it.
Yeah, absolutely. They are super expensive. They're going for like 89 bucks, 80 or 90 bucks on eBay right now.
I
So
am not shocked at all by this.
I pulled the trigger, like I said, and got it from a third party on Amazon for about 30 bucks shipped and just crossed my fingers and hoped it wasn't a scam. And it wasn't. I got it and I'm super happy with it. I think they did a really good job on it for as soft a sculpt as Spin Master stuff has been. I think they did a really good job with it. So I yeah, I highly recommend it. If you can get one, definitely pick one up. Elsa?
Yes,
All right.
Dr. Elsa Schneider. This is the first of these Indiana Jones figures. When I say first, I mean one of the only I'm going to end up buying. I want the guy, the gar, the Grail Guardians, the guys in the fezzes. I want one of those. And I want a couple of the other supporting characters, but I bought this from Amazon because I'd almost pulled the trigger on it a few times, but it was 16 bucks. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, now I need it. When I mean, obviously, a World War II era thing doesn't really fit into my head canon anywhere, really, but I had to get it for two reasons. Firstly, Last Crusade is my favorite Indiana Jones. I saw it in the theater, and at the time I saw it, I was 9. And the actress that played Ilsa was the first blonde I saw up on the screen that I'm like, hmm. Hmm. Now I was too young to really to feel, much of that, but I'm like, she was the first woman to really make me notice. I'm like, hmm. So she made an impression on my 9-year-old mind. And I mean, you know what? The fact that she was a Nazi, you could tell she wasn't really sympathetic with. She was hooked up with them, but even towards the end, she had all kinds of second thoughts. She was more in. She even said in the movie she was more interested in the Grail than the swastika. So, um, her her character had room to be forgiven. I do think she made a dumb decision at the end there. If she just let the damn thing go, she could have gotten out and been fine. But the bad guys in the movies, what are you gonna do? They're supposed to die.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now what I'm actually gonna do with her by herself, I don't know. I may leave her as is. I was thinking because she looks like the actress and she represents the outfit in the movie just fine. But if I set her on a shelf next to the rest of my classified stuff, I think she'll make a pretty passable Dr. Adele Burkhart, the nuclear scientist from
Yeah,
the Joe comics.
yeah,
So
number one.
I think that's what I'm going to use her as. Um, I think I don't think I really need to do much with it. Um, she's got she does have a swappable head, so she's got the cap, and she comes with the goggles from that scene with the desert chase at the end. Um, so really, shit, the the cord on the back of the goggles just strong enough to stand up, but not quite pliable enough to make putting the goggles on easy. But not bad. The
Yeah,
goggles are removable, so that's
nice.
cool. Um, uh, she comes with the Grail,
Oh,
but
sweet.
it's kind of it's a little bit bendy.
Yeah,
It's a little bit wilted, and she comes with I don't know,
huh?
build an artifact. That's what they call it. I don't know. Personally, it looks to me like a decorative plant. I just
Planter.
really need a fake plant to.
Yeah,
But yeah, I can't. Hang on. Let me put the swap. All right. So it does a pretty good job of recreating the scene at the end of the movie.
yeah.
Um, I may get the Walter Donovan figure too because, well, he is General Veers, and there is a set that I want with Marcus Brody and uh, Belloc from the end of the movie. I mean, it's discounted at GameStop right now, but it's not discounted enough.
Yeah.
I'm kind of keeping an eye on it. I want to see if they'll lower the price a little bit. I'm amused that that set comes with an apple for Marcus to eat because I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose the apple shortly after I open the set. Um, but yeah, this was for $16. This was worth getting. And I'm glad that I did. I'm looking to see if some of the other characters will come down in price too. Oddly enough, the indie figures from that line are the only ones that I really just do not give a shit about. And nothing against Indiana Jones. They made 30 of them, and
That's the problem with
you
this.
only need one Indiana Jones: hat, jacket, khaki pants, whip. I don't the scene specific ones like the tuxedo with the white jacket from Club Obi-Wan. Those are great if you want to use them to make other characters, but there's too many indie figures. But um, I would like to get the short round figure from this series. But um, it's not at all it's not at all a surprise that this Indiana Jones Adventure series line did not include anything from Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, though.
I noticed
I
that.
can't imagine why.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I do. Yeah, some of these, I mean, honestly, they're cool figures, but like I said, I'm gonna wait, see if some of the prices come down on some of them. Maybe I'll get them. I mean, they're great scene fillers. They're great civilian figures.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were going to customize this, you could make her into anything.
Yep.
But the yeah, if you can find these figures discounted, I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. One other figure that I couldn't wait to open. Well, I did. I waited like 2 days and I'm like, fuck it. I got to open this thing because it looked so fucking awesome. Was the classified Night Creeper.
Sweet.
And they did a phenomenal job with this. Uh, Comes with the backpack, with the arrows are sculpted on, but they look removable, but they're not. The crossbow does peg into the backpack, so you can carry the crossbow on the backpack.
All
Um,
right, that's cool.
Comes with uh, the two swords that are just like iconic to the Night Creeper.
You know, when I was a kid, I remember getting the Night Creeper and not quite understanding why the swords were shaped like that, but I was always fascinated by them. When I got much older and I learned why the blades were sculpted that way and what those weapons would actually do if used against people, I'm like, oh, that's grisly. Um, but I love that the classified version recreated all of those iconic weapons because they actually look more dangerous than they did, because they painted the blades and stuff. And
Ew.
it just, it, there's, you want to take some of these civilian figures and have the night creepers run those people through their swords.
It comes with two removable knives.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that they go into sheaths behind his back.
Oh, sweet.
Comes with the multi-shot crossbow. The arrow does come in and out of that, um, like all the other crossbows from the classified line, so it can be removed. Um, and then the accessories that are not with the figure are here.
I love that it comes with the Ninja Force head.
Yep, comes with the Night Creeper version 2 head. Um, so I'm contemplating getting a second one just to have with the other head on it. But
Yeah, that's super cool that they did that. Like it was an Easter egg that they didn't need to do, but I was so happy that they did it because honestly, do they need to go so far as to make a figure of Night Creeper version 2? Maybe. I
eh,
don't think it's necessary. And I don't mean color wise. I mean, I feel like some of these figures in the classified line, one or two versions is really all they need. But putting that head sculpt from the later version in there is a nice nod without having to go all out.
yeah, agreed. It comes with two interchangeable hands. One is uh, holding a throwing star.
Okay, one of the Snake Eyes figures came with that hand before.
Gotcha.
Um,
I don't have any of the Snake Eyes figures from the classified line.
I have two of them.
And then
No,
like a karate chop hand with the Ninja Tiger claws sculpted on.
yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I have two Snake Eyes. I have the first, no, the second classified Snake Eyes, not the deluxe one. And I got the one that came with Timber later, one of the Timbers later. And I bought those sets for Timber. But
The sculpt is
um,
fantastic. The paint apps are amazing. It is,
I like what they did with the sleeves, like the ones that go over the shoulder,
yeah,
because they were sculpted onto the original figure, but you could tell that they were supposed to be billowy like that in the card art. So I'm glad that they made those a separate piece for
yeah.
that figure.
they did a really good job with the figure. I'm super happy with it.
What
Uh,
did they do with the hood? Is it just draped around his neck, or is it
no, it's coming off the helmet.
okay? But all right, so it is a separate piece then. Okay.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
set.
I
Well,
wasn't sure if it was just sculpted to sit in place,
no,
but stay around the head, or
it's
if it
part of
was
the head. It's part of the head.
okay. All right, yeah, all right, that's cool. So you won't lose it then.
No, no, you're not gonna lose it.
Good.
But
Okay.
I think they did a fantastic job. Um, I I I I can't say enough about that figure. I had the original Night Creeper was probably one of the last Joes that I bought as a kid, because that was about the time that I was graduating from high school. So, money was a little tight for stuff like that at that point in time. So it's probably one of the last figures that I got as a kid. So there is definitely some nostalgia value for the Night Creeper,
Definitely.
and I think they did a fantastic job capturing the likeness. I think like everything that was cool about the original figure, they improved upon in the classified version of it, which
I
I can't say about all of the figures that they've done.
I really wish I really want to see a classified version of the Desert Scorpion, because if they did that well with that
Yeah.
Night Creeper and the Techno Viper and um
We've seen previews for or leaked pictures of the head sculpt for the Frag Viper, and that looks
that
fantastic.
looks awesome. And it looks like in those leaked pictures some of the body parts were there too, and they did what assuming those parts are for the Frag Viper, which was in the picture with the helmet. I'm going to assume that it is, and it looks like it's got a lot of padding and depth on that suit, which is great because the one thing about the original Frag Viper I didn't like was that it was just a plain brown spandexy looking,
Yeah.
or just a nondescript brown like coverall with this badass helmet, and it didn't really flow. It looks like this one might have cargo pockets and ribbing and stuff like that on the in the sculpt, and that would be great if they could add detail to the Frag Viper while keeping everything that worked about it. And really, that Night Creeper makes me think, yeah, they can. Um,
I think
like I
so.
said, I want to see a Desert Scorpion.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's one I hadn't thought of them doing. Desert Scorpions. Uh, I recently added that figure to my collection, the original.
I
Uh,
loved that figure when I was a kid.
I
I
never
used him
had
as a guy. I didn't use him as a trooper. I used it as a Cobra Desert Specialist.
that's
And
that was my first one. I did not have it as a kid, did not have it as an adult collector, but going back and collecting all of the specialty troops, I had to get that one for my collection. My buddy here in town had it, and I got it for him for a good price. So yeah, I would like to see a Desert Scorpion in the classified line. I think that's a good choice. I'm still waiting for the Night Viper, man. I mean, come on, where is that?
even though it's in the pipeline somewhere, they're not, you know what? They're not going to miss any of the major troop classes. All right, I might not get a classified Flak Viper, no matter how badly I want one, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to miss the Night Viper.
I wouldn't think so.
Um,
I would love to see them update the Flak Viper, if nothing only for the fact that they are getting pretty close to having all of the figures from the Flaming Moth line. So if that happens, it's gonna be really hard for me not to go back and make a classified Flaming Moth set.
um, I think, yeah, because they did what, the Range Viper,
Hmm.
the Frag Viper.
Yep.
Oh my
Snow
God, who else?
Snow
Oh
Sur-
well, they'd have to do the ice. They got to do the
They'd have to do the
Ice
ice.
Viper.
Yep, Ice Viper, Night Viper, um, Chuckles is done, Shipwreck is done, although the Shipwreck would have to be different, but and then
Not super different.
no,
Um,
really. But definitely let's see, yeah, Flak Viper and Ice Viper. Who else was in the who was in the desert set? Was that a Flak Viper?
oh, that was the Flak Viper and the Range Viper, I think.
Yeah, Black Viper and the Range Viper, and then the jungle set was the Night Viper and the Frag Viper, and then the Arctic set was the Ice Viper and the Snow Serpent. So yeah, we
Oh,
just
and you know they're going to repaint the Snow Serpent again. Um, um, but
so I mean, like I said, we're only a couple figures off of having a whole Flaming Moth set. So here's hoping, because I would really love to see what they would do with the Flak Viper.
I just he's such a great figure in the original line. I just I'd love to see him get the same type of update that we've seen from like Metalhead. I
Yeah,
mean, he'd be big and bulky like he was in the original, but I feel like
like
he'd be
up with the
really imposing
really cool,
in
yeah,
the
really cool weapons platform for him would be.
yeah, that would
And even if
I
they didn't do one, Gridiron would put one together for him.
oh for sure.
So
Um but yeah, there's a yeah, I don't have a Night Creeper. I will get one at some point. That is awesome.
yeah, absolutely. And especially as the ninja fan that you are, you cannot not have this in your collection.
Exactly. Um um should I open up my second figure?
Yeah, absolutely. And then we'll dig into what I've got. X Force. Okay.
Deadpool. The
I
80th anniversary edition of Deadpool is re-released. And I got it from Amazon last week. Um, he comes with a box, and inside is the card.
nice.
So he's got the retro style card, and it's got the super thick card stock. Um, I remember I was about 14 seeing the Toy Biz X-Men figures at Walmart, or maybe it was one of the other retail stores at the time. Since there were a lot more retail stores, different retail stores than we have now. But
Yeah.
I remember seeing end caps full of the Toy Biz X-Men and X-Force figures, and I remember getting that Deadpool, and this is a super nice update of it. Um,
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
um, and oddly enough, I'm not a completist with the Marvel Legends stuff, but this is still somehow my first 6-inch Deadpool figure. Um, Despite having a Deadpool tattoo on my arm and the 807 versions of Deadpool they've made in the Marvel Legends line, somehow this is the first one I bought. But um, sweet. Oh, nice.
Nice. Yeah, they did a good job with that.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I love this metallic gray or
Yeah,
gunmetal that they went with here instead of just black. Um, Really eye catching.
yeah, the
The
pictures don't do it justice.
Oh, the swords are not they're bendy, but they're not flimsy. So good. Um, Good. Range of movement's good. Um, Detailing's good. The pockets move without being obnoxious. So sweet. All right. I have to take some pictures of him picking fights with other figures. Um,
Yeah, I need to get him in a
because
fight with like Storm Shadow or something.
oh yeah, 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 he'll be trolling Storm Shadow and he'll be trolling.
Snake guys.
Yeah, I need to. Um, yeah, I need to do a picture of him. I need to find a way to do a picture of him annoying Zartan. Um,
Oh,
but
the dogs. There's my alarm system. We'll give it a minute. We'll wait till Izzy stops barking, then I'll run upstairs real quick and see if we have a stinger to open for the show. Because it may just be the mail, so it's hard to say. But I'll wait till Izzy stops barking. If she goes, now there goes Jack. So somebody's coming towards the house.
sure, it's not just Emily.
No, they bark at a different spot. They would
Oh,
be,
okay, all right.
and Jack won't bark at Emily.
Um,
Izzy and Alice will, and Alice is not barking, so it's not Emily.
okay, all right. Um, could be the milkman. You still get milk deliveries. I'm
That's on,
fascinated by the fact you still get milk deliveries there.
yeah, it's on Thursday morning at like 1 o'clock in the morning, though. So
Oh,
Friday morning. Although it could be the neighbors getting stuff too. So I don't know. I'll wait till Izzy stops barking and I'll put it on pause and then go check it out. So what accessories does Deadpool come with there? It looks like a couple of swords, obviously.
yeah, it looks like he's got two MP5s, and then
Ooh,
uh, yeah. Um, all right, this is flimsy, but it's awesome looking.
nice. Yeah, an M4 with the M203. All right, Izzy,
Yeah.
stop barking. Let me go look real
All right.
quick, see if I've got a stinger. Here's my little Isabel. That was a good girl.
Hi, Izzy. Oh, hi, Alice.
Izzy came down to see it get opened as well. So I told her to let me know when it got here. And I'm assuming it's the Stinger. It's in a Hasbro box. So,
Yeah, there's no way it's not the stinger.
yeah, I don't know what else I have coming from Hasbro. So, oh, yeah. Sorry, Alice. I won't put the box at you. Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Yeah, there we go. Man. And look at that Stinger driver. He looks awesome.
He's so boring.
No, he isn't. All right. So on the box is fantastic. I mean, I'm to the point where I wish I had the space and the money to have one still in the box because the box looks amazing. So you got
Just save the box and put it on the shelf.
I
Um,
might do that. So you got the two stingers on the front and then the ferret up in the corner. It looks like stinger driver there on the side art. Uh, the usual QR code on the left side, top side is just the number and the Cobra sigil. Bottom is unremarkable, and then the back is the detailed pictures of the vehicle itself. Um, looks like it comes with a few blast effects that came with Looks like they're just reissued blast effects from scrap iron.
I wouldn't know. I don't have scrap iron, so
That was an
um,
honor. Julian got him while he was visiting here, and I had to get one after I saw Julian's. So
it was one of those situations where I I think the the drones. I think the drone with the treads as a missile launcher. I think that was cool,
yeah,
but I don't think it justified the deluxe price point in my head.
uh,
Um,
it completely did. It was worth every penny. So, whoop. Oh, right. So yeah, a bunch of blast effects that I'm not going to use. Those will go in the fuck it bucket. I give a shit about the blast effects. Looks like
Neither do I.
tailpiece. Looks like that's all in that box. And I'm curious to see what I know Gridiron's got a bunch of stuff planned for a bunch of releases planned for the Stinger. They did a shit ton of stuff for the Vamp. So I'm really curious to see what Gridiron's going to come up with for the Stinger because it sounds like a whole bunch. They've got a whole bunch of stuff planned, as near as I can tell.
All right,
And
looks like Deadpool took Dr. Adele Burkhart hostage. Although, he's probably not serious and he's probably making a lot of jokes.
yes, all right. There's the main vehicle.
Oh, the doors are already installed on it. That's cool.
The doors are, the roof isn't, but hood opens, nice. Winch works. Yeah, and I didn't get the vamp, so this is my first time seeing one of these this mold in person. So nice, 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 nice. Man, yeah, the interior is fantastic. They did an awesome job with all the tampos in there.
Oh, sweet. Now it's got gold wing doors. I love that.
Yeah, because the Stinger, the
Nope. Yeah, they opened sideways, I think.
I,
Yeah.
yeah, because the Vamp Mark II opened Gull Wing.
Yeah. And the Vamp Mark II is one I didn't have. So
Yeah, I
I had the original Vamp. I never had the desert versions.
yeah, neither did I at any
Yeah, I
point.
had a Stinger and I had a Vamp. Um,
Same here. Here is missile launcher.
I will be curious. I imagine Gridiron will probably do a uh, gun system for the top of the Stinger, and that would be a nice alternative to just the missile rack.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for because that was like the very first vehicle customization that I ever did was I took the gun mount off my Vamp and put it on my Stinger.
Yeah, because even when I was a kid, the missiles were okay, but I like I like that the Vamp had the remote control laser gun on the top of it instead. I
Uh,
think,
actually,
in my opinion, guns on vehicles are more interesting than missile launchers on vehicles.
yeah, I take that back. The first customization that I did, um, I took the missiles off of the Pack Rat and put them on my Stinger because the missiles from the Pack Rat were two pieces. So it
Ah,
had the black uh like rocket engine that pulled apart.
oh,
So
that's cool.
they were the same mold, but it was a two-piece rocket, whereas the ones for the Stinger were just one piece and one solid color.
Now
Uh
you see, I think I never had the pack rats, but I think that's more interesting than the missiles that were on the Stinger. So
Yeah.
if I had had it when I was a kid, I would have likely done the same thing.
Nice. So there it is with the roof on and the missile launcher on. Where does this go? I'm guessing on the front somewhere. Oh, the tailboard. I have the tailboard here. Tailboard on. So there we go. Tailboard clips on, and I am looking forward to putting it with the Cobra missile, the MMS that I got a few months ago. I got that specifically. Well, I got it for the reissue of the that Techno Viper.
Well, yeah, of course, but you wanted the Stinger to tow it, so
Yeah, exactly. So there are the missiles. Oof, they are solid, heavy rubber. Nice.
oh, they're darker than the original missiles. It looks like
They are.
that's good because those were really bright red.
They were. I don't have. I was just trying to think. I don't have the vintage Stinger in my collection. I have the the retro one that came out earlier this year or late last year.
Last year. Yeah,
And I have the 25th anniversary one. They don't fit on the launcher very well.
another good case for having a gun to replace them.
No, I think I've got them on backwards. Is the problem. The launcher does not sit on the. I'm not real impressed with the mounting system for the launcher.
The mounting system for the the guns on the Vamp was not very good either. Um,
Guessing they use the same one, and it is
yeah,
not impressive.
yeah. Gridiron made they made the better 50 cals for the top of the uh Vamp, but they also did the better mounting system. Yeah, it was a little janky. The Hasbro one was a little janky. So
Yeah, I
I
look forward to seeing what I think Gridiron is probably going to get a lot of my money for the upgrades for the Stinger. Um, just it was I loved the vehicle as a kid and made modifications to mine as a kid, so I all about upgrades. So I cannot wait to see what they do. Oof, boy, yeah, that does not. That's kind of janky as fuck, honestly.
what
The
the
wheels thing.
oh oh they weren't janky on the Vamp. Um,
They are on the Stinger. All right. I think that's all the pieces they've got. One other piece, I think that goes on the front, but I'm not. Yeah, there we go. That's where that goes. And there we go.
Sweet. Yeah, mine's supposed to be here today. Actually, it could be out there. It could be out there now on the porch.
Yeah, I think they did a great job with this. This thing looks fantastic. I'm super glad I got it.
I
Um,
love that they have the gull wing doors. That's a thing that I always liked when I was a kid. I was always fascinated by them.
right?
The one the one mask vehicle I had was Matt Tracker's little car because I loved it. It had the gull wing doors. I did not give a shit otherwise. Um, I yeah, that was awesome.
All right. Yeah, that looks like it's all the stuff for the vehicle there. So, yeah, man, they did a fantastic job on that. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what Gridiron does to improve upon it because there is a lot of room for customizing on this.
Um, is the windshield is it clear or is it uh
Ooh, it folds down. Huh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I didn't notice that, but yeah,
Oh, that's cool. Oh
it's
yeah. See, I wasn't sure if it had like the tinted windows or if it was
yeah, no,
clear, but oh, that's cool that so they can actually drop the windshield and shoot out the front of the. Oh, that's cool.
yeah, it's
I don't think
definitely worked out. So
I
yeah,
don't think the Vamp had that feature, and if it did, I didn't notice it. But that's cool. Um,
yeah, no, I
all
think
right, I have a feeling the Stinger's going to be in the episode art for this one.
it is. Yeah, that was my plan. If I could get it on this, if I could get it on the episode, I was gonna do that for the that was the
Sweet.
yeah. Um, need to see because there should be something else for the hood. I did. No, maybe not. Huh. All right.
What? There's an engine block or something that was sticking out of the vintage one.
Yeah, no, there was an
Oh, it's on there. Okay, you didn't have to put it on there; it was already on there then.
no, I had to put it on there.
Oh, you did. Oh,
But as I recall, there was a spot for the AK-47 on the hood, and it looks like there's a spot for something, but there's not a way to mount it. So
Gridiron will take care of that too.
uh,
Um,
there's a little fire extinguisher which explains what there's a clip inside the back window, and I was wondering what that was for.
yeah, the vamp came with that too. I was a little baffled by it too, and then I saw I found the video online. I'm like, what the shit is that for?
Yeah,
So I found the video online. I'm like, oh, the fire extinguisher. Okay, that's cool. It's a cool detail.
absolutely. So we've got the analog to the AK-47, and um I thought there was another head for this. Maybe not. Uh, I thought the Stinger driver came with two heads because the head that's on mine is African American, and I thought it came with African American and Caucasian, but mine just seems to have the one head, which is fine. I don't really care, but
Yeah, the Python Troopers had two heads. Does he have the goggles or does he have the um
he does not have goggles.
okay. Yeah, the Python Troopers came with those uh is the is it a officer helmet or a trooper helmet?
For helmet,
Okay.
which I think it should have been an officer helmet because I think it was officer helmet when I was a kid.
Yeah, it was. Um
Got all this stuff out of that. And he's got like the Mauser pistol, which goes in the sheath.
I was gonna say he's got a hip holster for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, you have a Cobra officer, so you yeah, so you would so you yeah. Okay.
I do. Yeah, fits in there pretty well. Uh, looks like he's got holsters for the rest of this equipment too, which is nice.
Yeah. You know what? Deadpool comes with this really nice pistol here. And I'm just sitting here fucking with the figure, and I realized he doesn't have a holster for his pistol,
Oh,
and I'm annoyed. So,
too.
I don't usually get hung up too much on how much of the gear can the figure carry, but if you've got a holster, if you've got a really nicely sculpted and painted handle uh, pistol with your figure, give him a goddamn holster. Put it on the back or something. Like replace one of
So he's got
the
it. He comes with an extra magazine for the AK-47. He's got the back sheath, and then he's got the whoop. God damn it. The kind of the middle range weapon there,
okay.
which looks like it fits in the sheath.
It
Uh,
does.
I think the extra magazine for the AK-47 looks like it clips into the side as well. I'm probably going to soften. Oh yeah, it does fit in there, but not real well. I'm going to soften that up with the hair dryer, just not right now. But there's the classified Stinger driver.
Wow, look at that boring thing.
Oh, I like it. I think they did a good job. I think it's a great update. The
I like some of our running jokes, like the Stinger driver's boring as shit. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. We've been at loggerheads over this for years. So
Absolutely.
at this point, I love that running joke. Yep,
Uh,
boring in the vintage line, boring in the 25th line, boring in the classified line.
and I've made several customs of the Stinger driver too. So I have a female Stinger driver, and I did.
Making customs of it is the only way to make it interesting.
I disagree, but wholeheartedly disagree. All right, so there you go. I think it's so the box art is amazing. Oh, the mirrors actually work, so they're
Yeah, the Vamp had those too. I love that feature. Um, yeah,
um
so the Stinger driver he can check his makeup in the mirror like Clutch can.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely. So I think they did so the three big things. Box is fantastic. I will probably hang on to it because I do like it. Um the playability is amazing. It's nice, solid toy. Nothing seems excessively fragile on it, which is nice. So if you got kids, you're not going to have to worry about them breaking it. I don't think they did use the softer plastic on on the areas that would be more fragile, so those should hold up well over time. Which is, kind of a big concern for the adult collectors now because, once you're getting the vintage stuff and you see so many people asking for replacement parts for this figure or that vehicle because they did not age well because they used that harder plastic. Um, and then customizability is the other thing, and Gridiron has shown us with the packages that they've put together for the Vamp that customization is very easily done just by purchasing their products as is. There's not any serious modification or painting that needs to occur for you to customize your your Stinger or your Vamp into something just absolutely fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they come up with on that. And I will probably be buying, um, maybe not, it depends on what the kits are. But if they do a gun kit, and I saw that they were doing wheels. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes out for this. And then, yeah, the Stinger driver's fantastic. And I don't care what JD says. My only gripe is I would have liked to have had the interchangeable heads, but I think that's a pretty small gripe. Um, just I like the ability to switch out the heads. So I don't have a problem that it's just one, but I would have liked the option to switch it out to the other one. And I could have sworn that they were coming out with, but apparently not. No, it just shows one head on the box. So all right. And then yeah, all the blast effects. I'm not going to go over those. I'm I had to buy a second fuck it bucket, so the first one got full. So
Chat filled with fucking accessories.
yeah, I've told my wife, I'm like, when I die and you have to sell the figures that are on display, I'm like, if if you're selling them to a specific person and they're looking for a specific accessory, I can guarantee I probably have it, but it's going to be in the fuck it bucket. So make sure that the fuck it bucket goes with that.
I'm not entirely certain that she won't just have a bonfire in the backyard, but whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Uh I think the plan right now is to either have you or Julian come out.
Oh, I've already been drafted,
Yeah.
so I got drafted years ago for that. So
Yeah. The other thing that I have to open, I almost forgot about it, is something that I think flew under the radar of a lot of collectors because they're not available in the United States. Um, it's made by a company called F5, and it's Batman Arkham Knight, and they are blind box figures, kind of like the Hot Toys did snap kits for Predator, which are super hard to find. They did set for the aliens. I bought a set of those, and they were the most fragile figures I ever have. I think it came with four of the Colonial Marines, Ripley, and maybe half a dozen aliens. I have one alien that did not break out of all of those.
hopefully those blind boxes, hopefully you won't have that issue.
Yeah. Um, so it looks like there's a Red Hood. I don't know all of the different versions of the Batman to tell you what there's looks like there's two different, like an armored and an unarmored version of Red Hood. There's a Deathstroke, the Terminator figure, and three different versions of like armored Batman. So and then there's a Chase figure that may or may not be in there, and it's a golden Batman. So we will see if I got lucky and got the Chase figure in this. I got it off of AliExpress. I know a lot of people have used that website in the past with varying results. So this was my first time using them. So this was another like push buy, cross my fingers, and hope that it shows up. And
So
I got an email saying that they confirmed my order. I'm like, well, that's a start. And then I got an email saying that it had shipped. I'm like, oh, that's nice. And then I got an email saying that it had made it into the United States. I'm like, I'm getting a little more optimistic. Then I got an email saying that it had cleared customs. I'm like, I think I might actually get this. And then I got an email saying that it shipped from customs. And I'm like, I think it's actually going to show up. And then I got an email saying it was out for delivery. And I'm like, I'm still optimistic. I'm not 100% like, and then I got an email saying it had been delivered. I'm like, whoa, sweet. So here it is. Um,
um
are 4-inch scale figures for those that are wondering, because yeah,
I I ordered something from AliExpress years ago, and my favorite thing about that site is that once you register with it, they never stop spamming your email.
yes, I just found that out.
Multiple emails a day. And I send them to junk, and then the next one shows up in my inbox. And I send it to junk, and then the next one shows up in my inbox. I'm like, you know,
All
I'm
right.
past I'm past the point where I even know this anymore. I just delete them.
So my box got smooshed in transit, which is fine because I don't give a shit. But it's really cool. It's a kind of a metallic gunmetal color, and with like hologram logos on it. So I mean, it's the box is pretty cool, and it's clearly designed for retail because it's seamed here along the side to open up to set on a counter for the blind box. I am not going to open it that way. I'm just going to cut the little piece of tape at the top. It does come with 6 figures.
Oh, nice.
And I paid about, again, right at $30 with shipping for it. So six 4-inch figure.
Assuming they're decent quality figures. Ooh, maybe you'll get one that fits in the Batwing.
Yeah, I don't know that I've seen anybody pair these up. I don't know anybody I know a couple people that have bought the set, and I know a couple people that have bought the Batwing, but I don't know um if I know anybody that has both. So there's a picture of the figures that are available on the back. I love the rainbow holographic art to it. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's awesome.
they did a fantastic job with the so there's a pull tab. So we're gonna pull the tab because I give a shit if these are. So in the box, we've got the instructions. This looks like it's just the regular Batman. Don't know if it's the Chase variant yet. This is the one that should be the Chase variant, if it is at all.
No,
And nope, it is not. It's just regular Batman. That's fine.
and when I was a
Um,
kid, I had a bunch of the figures from the Batman Returns Kenner line. And you remember those lines.
yes.
They always had all those Batman variations in different colors with different gear. And I remember there was one that was gold or coppery colored with some sort of equipment. And I was kind of hoping you were going to get the variant just so I could see if it was a nice update of that Kenner gold Batman.
Oh my goodness. This is definitely like one of the snap kits. I mean, it comes
Oh,
in a million fucking pieces. I might not do this on the show because there are six of these figures. So um, I may put these together tonight, and then JD and I will be doing another podcast when JD gets his stinger,
yeah.
because
I
he's
was
gonna.
going to say either that or a video update where you show off all the six Batmen that you got from. But yeah, yeah, I think yeah, we could yeah, we'll do a podcast this week. So
Yeah.
um
So let me find something to stick this in so I don't lose parts.
bucket.
No, they will never see the light of day if they go in the fuck it bucket. All right, so yeah, so more than anything, I was curious to see if I got the Chase figure. I did not. That's fine. I don't remember what the pack ratio is. I want to say it's 1 to 25 on that. I think I saw somewhere, but I can't. I won't speak to that. I did not get it, which is fine. I didn't really want it, quite honestly. I wanted the regular color Batman, so I'm happy that I got the one that I did. Um, but my understanding is there is a full set of figures in if you buy the case. It doesn't.
Is it just Batman figures?
Yeah, Batman. Well, no, there's a Terminator Deathstroke figure in there somewhere,
Oh, okay.
and then
Okay, that's pretty random. I'm just saying.
yeah,
Um
and then Red Hood. There's two different versions of
oh,
Red.
that's right. I forgot you said. So you're not going to get okay, so it's probably one of those each and then Batman.
Yeah, and they're actually. Uh, I can't say that I didn't get the Chase variant figure. I don't know. I really don't want to open them right now because I don't have anything to put the pieces into.
I don't blame you. Yeah, we'll
So
do that. Yeah, we'll
I'll put them
yeah,
to
we can showcase them in the
I'll put them together after we get done podcasting, and then when we do the review of JD's Stinger when he gets it, which I assume we're probably doing tomorrow. I have Wednesday off, but I actually have to go into work. Um, so I switched. I ended up quitting my job with South Park Ambulance and going with the company that has been putting me to work for the last year, which is a little closer to home, so that's nice. But since I moved over to this new company, I have to spend a lot more time at work than I normally do. So um,
so you go in on your off days.
I have and they switched my shift, so I'm on A shift now instead of C shift. So I lost 2 of my 4 days off last rotation. Um, I have a higher certification than most paramedics, so with that comes more responsibility and more training.
With great power and great training comes great responsibility.
Yeah. So my last 4 days off, I had to go in for the monthly community paramedic meeting, and then we just hired a bunch of people. Um, hired for 3 people for to be new community paramedics. So I have to go in and help with the new hire training, the new hire academy. So I got to do that on Wednesday. So I will not be
Oh
available.
boy, noobs, squids,
Yeah,
please. whatever they call them.
FNGs, the fucking new
Ah,
guys.
yeah, of course.
Luckily, one of the new hires was my partner from when I was working at South Park Ambulance, so I'm super happy about that.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Um,
So those were the figures that I had to open. I was looking forward to putting these Batman figures together, but I didn't realize that it's. I figured they were more like the Hot Toy Snap kits. They are not. They are like models. So that's going to take some work. Yeah. So I'll save that for after the show, and then we'll do a review on the next show.
all right, sweet.
Um, I don't know that we have anything else for the this particular episode because we were waiting for the stinger to show up. We talked about the release, the announcements for the new classified figures, which has been the Frag Viper, and then I think they showed the head sculpt for Heavy Duty. Um, and I don't can't think of anything else that's come out recently or has been announced that we haven't talked about yet. Um,
If there is, I can't remember. So,
Customizing. What are you working on for customs right now?
um, I am picking away at making customs of a couple characters created by other people in the classified style. So, um, I progress is slow, but when is it not? So, because I always have to take deliberate steps so I can second and third guess myself the entire fucking customizing process. So,
I
um,
found a new place on eBay to get custom 3D printed heads. They have a it it I recognize the seller's name because he uses the same ID that he'd used on the customizing boards from way back when, and it's Carnage 717. Um, and I recognize the customizer name, so I picked up a couple of heads from him just to see number one how quickly I got him, how communi- communicative he is, and just to see the quality. So I bought the Jan Michael Vincent and Ernest Borgnine
well,
heads.
that's where you got those from.
Yes,
I
for
I
Airwolf.
am waiting on a shipment from Craniac. Last week I got a shipping notice from them. It and I tracked it. It went from Washington because it starts out in Washington State, and I guess that's where their home base. And they shipped it all the way to Jersey, and then it's trekked its way through. I don't know. I'm pretty sure most of New England before it backtracks its way to me. So the original, um, I got the track. Yeah, I got the shipping notice last Wednesday. They didn't update the tracking until Friday when they said that the the um they were optimistic about Saturday, and then Sunday when I checked, they were optimistic about today. And today it's not here, so I'm just going to assume that I'm going to get it at some fucking point this week. And I like that the package took the scenic route. I hope it comes with stamps from all the extra states that it fucking deliver, like a passport. I
Right.
hope it's got I hope it's got tracking stickers from Maine and all of the 13 fucking colonies apparently where they're shipping it through. So I'm
Well,
like, what the hell did it go to Jersey for in the first place? And then I checked and I'm like, oh, Massachusetts. Oh, Maine. Why in God's name is it going through? So yeah, you know, I should have it this week. So I don't remember what I ordered, but
and I
whatever it is, I'm in for a nice surprise.
and I'm JD's the one that normally schedules the guests because I just am shitty at doing it, and we've talked.
Yes, you are terrible at it. Um,
I've talked to Isaac at Craniac, and he has agreed to be on the show. So we will have Isaac from Craniac Studios on the
Do
show at
do
some.
do, do you want me to schedule him?
Yeah, yeah.
I could also ask him how many other if they schedule their packages to take the scenic route
I'm pretty
to
sure you have
their
control over that. And I have
no, I
never.
know they don't. I laugh because I was looking at the tracking and I'm like, I don't. I mean, I've seen things that I've had packages that go to weird, but I'm like, I'm like, this is if it started out here and shipped to Washington, it would be like the trail that Lewis and Clark took. I think this
Yeah,
is like the opposite of that.
yeah,
So
yeah. No, it's funny how that works. I mean, there's definitely been times where I've sent you stuff, and it's like it takes like
it'll
a.
show up the day before the
Yeah,
day before the estimated shipping
yeah.
date.
You know,
And
I've seen it where it used to take, it take like a month to get to you, and then it's, you know, I mail it on
that
Monday.
was no, that one time it's because you addressed it wrong.
Yeah, okay.
You
I
put
got
a non-existent, but there was a time I sent you something and it took 4 days to get to you, and then you turn around and you sent me something, and I had it like a weekend, like you sent it like on a Thursday or Friday, and I think I had it on a Monday,
yeah, I
and
think
that it was like,
right before
yeah, I sent you the picture of the box. You're like, holy fuck, that was fast.
yeah.
So
Yeah, no, it's like I took it to the post office and you had it like the next day. I'm like, Jesus, man, what did they like? I told them it didn't need to get there tomorrow, but it's
yeah, I
went back
whereas
in time
they
because you
always tell me,
are
here's the tracking number. I'm like, I'm not gonna need it. I'm not gonna need it. It's gonna be there before I track it. So
exactly. So, um, I don't know that I have because I wanted to talk about the movies that were getting re-released. So it always pays to kind of look at that stuff to see if, if your local theaters are doing stuff like that. Emily found it just at random. So I'm glad that she did because it was fantastic to see Ghostbusters and Terminator in the theater. Um, and I'm disappointed that I didn't get to go see The Last Starfighter, but that would I was working that day, so I was not gonna get that. And then luckily, Izzy let us know that the Stinger had arrived, so that looks fantastic. And we need to get Gridiron on the show too. The guys from Gridiron on the show sometime.
I'm I'm relatively certain my Stinger's probably sitting outside, but the cats are silent on the issue. They're no help at all telling me when there's visitors here. So
That's the nice thing about Izzy and Jack is they will let me know that hey,
um
someone's here. So because I don't think I've gotten the delivery email. Oh no, there it is. I did get the delivery email. All right. But I got it all silenced. So I think that's about it for this particular episode.
yeah, we'll do an episode later this week, and we'll
Yeah. So yeah, you get a chance to do your review on the Stinger, and then we can compare notes and uh see what you think about it. And then yeah, we will have Isaac on from Craniac Studios at some point in time. And yeah, I would like to get the Gridiron guys on at some point in time too.
me too. Yeah. Um all right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, so please, as always, do that fun social media stuff. Like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let me know if you got the Batwing. Let me know if you've picked up the F5 Batman figures. Let me know if you got your Stinger and what you think about that. And of course, if you have suggestions for the show or people that you would like to see on the show, we do pay attention to those. As an aside, I have had several requests to get Roger John back on the show. I think people want to hound him about the Vietnam Kickstarter.
And
Uh,
I'm not gonna hound him about anything.
oh,
Um
you-
although if anybody out there can find me a tiger paw with wreckage, the classified tiger paw with wreckage, I would appreciate it. My targets suck. All the stores in the area suck. Um,
I don't know if I did because I went to Target last week and just to see if they had figures. They had Big Boa and they had the Tripwire Roadblock Tiger Force.
yeah, I got tripwire and roadblock. now I really just, yeah, I need a tiger paw. So and I have the rest of Tiger Force. So but yeah, if anybody, you can get me a tiger paw, I would, I would compensate. I just, need access to one. So
So yeah, comments below. We do get back to those. Like I said, I did see the stuff about asking to get Marauder John on. Marauder John puts out good updates on the Vietnam stuff. So check your Kickstarter page. Stuff is coming. COVID slowed things way down. The Chinese New Year always slows stuff way down. Stuff is coming. We will have Marauder John on the show again. He has said that he will come back on the show for a release party when they get stuff out to people and it slows down a little bit for him. So Marauder John,
meanwhile,
oh,
I checked their updates. And when I saw the thing about like the little stretchy bands that go around the helmets, I'm like, it's an unnecessary detail, but I'm really impressed that they're doing it.
yeah, they've come a long way. So like I said, I do see the announcements. We do pay attention to those. I do try and get back to everybody. Um, we will have Marauder John on the show again, but we're not getting him on before the Kickstarter releases, because I know people just want to ask him where their stuff is, and he is pretty transparent about that in the Kickstarter.
Quality is worth waiting for.
Absolutely, 100%. So, and and it looks like we're getting pretty close to the release of the Robo Skull, and the guys from Skeletron have said that they would be on the show for a release party for that as well. So once JD and I both have our Robo Skulls in hand, we will have the Skeleton guys back on the show for a release party on that as well.
Oh yeah.
Um, and Troy McClure has said that he would be on for a release when when the longbow stuff uh, comes out too. So we do have stuff lined up, stuff planned. Some of it's way down the line in the future, but we do have other stuff that we would like to get on the show as well. But if you have other customizers or um, people that you would like to see on the show, please let us know. And
Or
we,
if you want to be on the show, let us know.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely. We we do listen to the suggestions, so um, let us know in the comments below, and I will get back to you. As always, please do this some fun social media stuff, like, share, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
bon voyage.